Hey, it's me, Vicky Marie. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in this crazy world we're living in. So, in this video, I'm going to be talking about a few different things that I've been wanting to talk about. I've not got a lot of time. The reason for which I'm going to tell you at the end. Keep watching to the end of this video. I've got some interesting news to tell you about what's happening today. Yeah, first of all, the first case that I want to talk about, that I've wanted to talk about for days, is this awful event in London, in England, in Covent Garden, where this woman stabbed four men. Four men. Now, nobody was seriously injured, thankfully. Apparently, this woman used, scissors, but, not big scissors, the little sewing scissors that you get to cut your thread. That's what was used to stab four men in Covent Garden. So let me read to you what happened and about this woman. And you know, this is a very strange case. Um, it's probably a mental health episode. This woman is described as being of no fixed abode. Is she a homeless person? Does she just hate men? Had she just had enough with the world that day? Is she out of control? Is her mental health out of control? So we don't know exact sort of reasons yet. But anyway, so a woman was charged after four men were stabbed in Covent Garden. And Covent Garden, in case you don't know it, that's in London, in the capital of England. It's a beautiful area of London, Covent Garden. How can I explain it? There's a lot of stalls there, market stalls. You can get really interesting, quirky things there. It's an iconic part of London, let's say. So apparently at 12:30 p.m. or approximately 12:30 p.m. on Wednesday, that's the Wednesday that's just gone. Where are we now? We're on Friday. It's Friday. Today is the 7th, so that would have been the 5th of August 2026. Now, I've been to Covent Garden. When I lived in Reading, we went to Covent Garden on the train. You get the train, then you get the tube. It's not easy to get to it. Luckily, I was with someone, well, there was a few of us, but the person who was leading the way was born in London, was very familiar with London. Or was that Roman Road we went to that time? I know I've been to Covent Garden, as I'm getting it stuck, so it's many years ago. But it's central London. To get into central London is not easy, in a car. So you're better off on the tube or even a taxi or something like that. Unless this woman was sleeping on how did she come to be in Covent Garden? Of course, is a question. Was she sleeping on the streets there? Because it says she's of no fixed abode, though she looks at least relatively well dressed. Anyway, officers were called at around 12:30 on Wednesday to reports of a stabbing on Endell Street in Covent Garden, which is a busy tourist area filled with bars, theatres and restaurants. Oh, that's right. Covent Garden is the theatres. I'm thinking of Roman Road is the markets, yeah. So the Metropolitan Police said that Stella Golovena, that's her name. So her surname sounds a little bit Eastern European. Anyway, 47. 47. So that woman is nearly 20 years younger than me. Um, she's had a tough paper round, hasn't she, bless her? So, of no fixed address, was charged on Thursday with 4 counts of wounding with intent to cause grievous bodily harm and 1 count of possession of an offensive weapon in a public place. So, I mean, sewing scissors, I don't know if you can call them an offensive weapon, but maybe it wasn't sewing scissors. This is what's being said. And she's been remanded in custody to appear at Highbury Corner Magistrates Court later on Thursday. So, an air ambulance helicopter landed in a packed Trafalgar Square on Wednesday afternoon, but London Ambulance Service, which was called out at 12:29, later said it treated 4 patients at the scene and took them all to a major trauma centre as priority by road. So the 4 men, aged 34, 39, 42, and 56, had stab wounds but have since been discharged from hospital as their injuries were not deemed life threatening or life changing. So nobody seriously injured, thank goodness. But even so, you know, very traumatic. Someone you don't even know just come up to you and start stabbing you. It's and it's unusual, very unusual for a woman to commit these kind of crimes. I mean, obviously, it's not unheard of. So there's a lot more to find out about it. Apparently, they were stabbed in the back with a pair of sewing scissors. Let me just get you a little bit more information if I can. Yeah. So the victims are Patrick DeBar, Thomas Harding, Adrian Lovett, and Mantis Jankus. They were the 4 victims, and the offensive weapon was a pair of scissors. And she has been charged with 4 counts of wounding with intent to cause grievous bodily harm and 1 count of an offensive weapon. She is of no fixed address, and she faced the 5 criminal charges for the first time on Thursday. So the hearing was told that police were flagged down in Endell Street, a popular tourist area filled with bars, theatres and restaurants, at about 12:25 p.m. by one of the injured victims. He and a second man reported being stabbed before the suspect was chased and tasered. Now, I want you to look at the picture on the left there as this lady was taken down and being handcuffed. Notice she's having a last big drag on her vape. It's like as they're sort of manhandled her to the ground. Which they had to do. I'm not criticizing them. They had to get possession of her. But you can see here she's having this big drag on her vape. So she's obviously not mentally well, is she? So, but it's still a very terrifying event. Those men will be traumatized. Um, I can't imagine how it feels for someone to just come up to you and, you'd be in shock, wouldn't you? You'd be in complete shock. No, now they're described. Right, so I heard that these scissors were sewing scissors, first of all. Um, but now it's saying in this police report, or in this article, I think it's from The Guardian, the police took statements from 4 men who were treated in hospitals for stab wounds to their backs, while a 5th person said at the scene that they had also been stabbed but did not want to give a statement to the police. It is alleged she had a pair of scissors, but they were also described as a pair of shears. I mean, shears, they're like gardening scissors, aren't they? They're massive. There's a bit of a difference between sewing scissors and shears. Anyway, she was remanded in custody. Next hearing is on the 3rd of September. She spoke to confirm her identity, but she did not enter any pleas to the charges. So, the good news is everybody's okay. She was arrested without incident, which is good too, because you won't want, she could have been shot, really, couldn't she? But anyway, she was tasered, arrested without incident. She's in her late 40s. She obviously likes a vape. Now, if she's of no fixed abode and she was living on the street, she's probably, I've said this before, prison for some people is better than what they had before. Prison hurts the most when people come from nice houses, have a good lifestyle, etc. Like Preston Davies murderers, for example, living in a lovely house and doing whatever they want, going on holiday and this, that, and the other, and then suddenly they're put in prison. But for some people, like this woman, it's probably better than the life she was living on the streets. Do you know, like, she'll be getting her 3 meals a day, she'll be getting her psychiatric evaluations, physical evaluations. You know, you've got to wonder, how did she get to this point? She's 47. She wasn't always 47, as she had a normal life before. Did mental health take its toll on her, or financial problems, or sometimes it can be bereavement? Somebody's been looked after by their parents, maybe they've got some mental health issues, but their parents are always making sure there's a home for them, and food on the table, etc. And then as people get older, their parents die, and what happens to these people then? They're just out in the community. So that's a possibility too. Or it could have been a relationship breakdown, or she may always have had mental health issues and they've just culminated. So it's a sad story all round. You do feel that this is going to be a mental health issue, uh, not like a terrorist incident or anything like that. And what were her reasons? Did she just completely lose it? Anyway, at least she's sort of in the right place, really, isn't she? She should be off the street. She is a danger to people. She needs assessing. She needs help as well. Luckily, as I say, nobody's seriously injured, but it could have been different. She looks quite slender, doesn't she? If she was bigger and stronger, she could have caused more damage, of course, with the shears. If they were shears, I mean, shears are bloody massive, aren't they? A bit different from shears to sewing scissors, which is the first thing that I heard. So anyway, I just wanted to tell you about that. I hope all the victims, I hope they managed to get over this, because although they're okay, but imagine just literally walking down the street and someone comes in and just starts stabbing you in the back. Somebody that you don't even know. I mean, it's the iconic phrase, isn't it? Being stabbed in the back, and the reason for it is that's just total shock. It would come out of nowhere. You wouldn't even see them coming. They're probably thinking, "Oh my God, somebody's just stumbled into me," or you wouldn't realise, would you, what was happening? Just feel like a punch, I suppose, in the beginning, or that somebody had stumbled into you. And it take you a minute to realise, and then you turn around and I mean, she does look quite scary, doesn't she? She does look like she's, the devil's possessing her, which probably it was that day. So anyway, that's the first thing that I wanted to tell you about. Don't forget to watch the end to find out the exciting news. So, just before I carry on, just a brief advertising break. I just want to thank you. It's a thank you, really, as well. Thank you to all of you who have bought me Ko-Fi's or sent PayPals, etc. All the ways you've supported my channel. Of course, on my Ko-Fi page is where my merchandise is. So there's T-shirts, there's bottles of wine, there's glasses to drink your wine in. There's all sorts of things on the merchandise page. Thank you to those who've already bought things off there. The other thing I just wanted to tell you about are my books, Confessions of a Spanish Teacher, which is a bit of an autobiography, I suppose. And then, of course, if you want to learn Spanish, I've got 5 levels of learning Spanish, Break the Language Barrier. So those books are all available on any Amazon site, and they help to support me too when you buy my books, or even sign up for Spanish classes. So yeah, just a brief a word from our sponsors, if you like, which is me, of course. I am my own sponsor. So every now I don't feel I prepared that very well, but I'll prepare it better next time. But thank you to all of you that have contributed in any of these ways. But of course, remember, just watching my videos, liking, subscribing, especially subscribing, is a free way you can help my channel. Some people send jewels, PayPal me, or there's all different ways that people support my channel, either free ways or ways that you pay a little bit for as well. But thank you for all of them. Oh, and my members, of course, special thank you to my members. If you join my channel, you get to use the members emojis, and also I do at least 2 lives every month that are exclusive to the members, sometimes more. Okay, thank you for listening to that. Now let's carry on with the next crime story. Okay, so those are the stories that I just wanted to update you on. There's still more that I'd like to tell you, like human remains have been found near motorway in Manchester. Is there any possibility that might be Jack O'Sullivan? Well, I'll look at that in another video, or maybe we'll find out soon. What was the other thing? Oh, I wanted to update you on the case of the poor Christian worker, Christian volunteer murdered in Greece. There's some updates there, but I don't want to make this video too long. So I will come back tomorrow morning probably to tell you about those. But what I wanted to tell you at the end here is what's happening today. I am going on location. I'm going on location, and I will be back later at some point. I'm going to vlog what I'm doing. I'm going to meet some journalists from the UK. Yeah, so I'll have some very interesting things to tell you about hopefully later. And yeah, my members will be the first to know where I'm going. Uh, After I've been there, I don't like to tell people, not that I'm worried about my members, but you never know, do you? So when I get there, I will be vlogging what I'm doing, and then later on today, probably tonight, I will release the videos and let you all know what's going on. But yeah, should be interesting. I hope so. Not been on location for a long time. It's difficult now for me to get out on location. Yeah, just hope I survive the heat. So thank you for watching. Please don't forget to leave your DNA on the like button, the subscribe button, and the share button. And yeah, if you can hype this video, please hype it. Thank you to all of you that have hyped my videos. And as I said earlier in this video, thank you to all the ways you positively can contribute toward my channel, whatever they are. So take care of yourself. I'll see you really soon in the next video. And until then, may your God go with you. Bye.